Could the latest version of cudominer be the best one yet? Well, let's find out. Hey guys, Shane here, CryptoFish YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to go over the latest version of cudominer, its new features. I'll show you running on both Nvidia and AMD rigs and go over the features of both. And I'll also show you the settings I have for both rigs as far as the overclocks and everything else. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell below. I have quite a few videos coming out every week in the cryptocurrency space. Updates on different miners that are coming out, new coins coming out, and also Bitcoin Fridays where I give away Bitcoin every Friday. So subscribe, notification bell, and hammer those likes. I would appreciate it. Alright, let's get into cudominer. I got an email. If you guys have cudominer, I'm sure you guys have gotten the email as well. If you're new to cudominer, then of course you haven't gotten the email. So they sent this email out going over the latest version, version 21.2, and I'll go over to their website here. The last two updates are basically just bug fixes. The meat and potatoes was version 21.0. That's where they added Beam support with the Mini Z miner, added NBMiner support for Grin, Cudo 29, improved the interface in advanced settings, switched from daily to monthly, projected revenue on a dashboard, fixed miner versions showing twice in algorithm settings, drop down, and of course miner bug fixes and improvements. So I went over to their site and downloaded the latest version. I logged in. If you haven't logged in yet, you'll go over to the home page right here. There'll be a link down below to everything I'm talking about, and also a link to the site where you can download it for yourself and go ahead and check it out. So here we are on their home page. You'll just click sign up and download. You'll enter your email address, password, and you'll be able to download the miner. You're going to need your email and password once you install the miner to put it in the miner settings so that you will be recognized on the console. Speaking of console, here we are right here. We go over to dashboard. As you can see, I just started mining here. I just got back in town. I was on vacation for a couple weeks, and usually when I'm on vacation, I turn the rigs off, so I just turned them back on after I decided to download the latest version of cudominer and give it a test run. So you can see that right here, what I did. And of course, here's the dashboard. It shows you both devices I have running right now. Got my AMD rig, which is up top, Nvidia rig down below, total of 10 GPUs. So once you go over to here and you download this, click sign up and download your computer. So we'll go over to my AMD rig, and once you download it, I put it in its own folder, version 21.2 right there, and I unzipped it, and you'll go into here once it's unzipped, and you'll just double click on that and it'll go ahead and install for you. It's really a pretty quick install process, and from there it'll ask you to put your username and password in, which is your sign up info that you did just a minute ago on the site, your email address and password, and once that's done, this is what it will look like. Real quick, do you guys think that cudominer will surpass nicehash as the best profit switching miner out there on the market today? Type yes or no down below in the comments section, and I would be interested to know your thoughts on that. So do that real quick before we go on. And with that, let's go ahead and check out some of the features. So here I am on my AMD rig. It's mining Ethereum Classic, Claymore, latest version of Claymore, doing about 117.7 megahash. It jumps up and down a little bit, but it's been staying around, so it'll drop down. Don't worry about that. It's just part of the, even the other miners will do that as well. It'll bounce around a little bit. So if I move this over, it doesn't fit in the whole screen as well, so you can go over to settings. And of course, this is what I do. Third-party miners, you want to keep that on. Overclocking, I turn it off because I do that myself. I'll show you that in a minute. And I kept all this automatic on my AMD rig, so that just means it's going to go ahead and find the best algorithm to mine, best coin to mine, and go ahead and start mining away. pause when computer is in use, I turn that off. Scheduled use, turn it off. Launch on startup, I don't like things launching on startup, so I turn that off. That's just my personal preference. Earn when started, I turn that off. I like to hit the start button myself. I don't want it to start doing anything once it pops up, so again, that's just my personal preference. So let's go back over to miner, and as you can see, it's just mining Claymore 14.7. Like I said, this bounces around a little bit, but it does that on normal standard miners as well. You can click on advanced settings, and this is where you can choose what coin you want to mine. Grin, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Beam, or Monero. Of course, for this AMD rig, Ethereum Classic at the moment is the best coin to mine, so that's why it's on that right now. And then you can manually override the algorithm. Kukuru, Ethash, Kukuru 31, Equihash, and Kryptonite R if you wanted to do that. And of course, then you can choose your miner. Again, if you wanted to do that, you can leave it all on automatic and it'll go ahead and do that all for you. So let's back out of here. That is the AMD rig. Go over to Nvidia here. Same type setup, of course. This rig is always laggy. I have it forced to mine Beam right now. It should be mining Grin, but for some reason with this Nvidia rig, my virtual memory is not letting me change it. I know that's what the problem is, so I'm pretty much eventually here soon gonna have to, I think I'm just gonna have to wipe it and put a new version of Windows on it and go from there. I've tried everything I know how to do to fix virtual memory, but of course that's not the purpose of this video. Anyway, so I forced it to do Beam, and I did that by going to advanced settings and selecting Beam and going from there, and of course it selected the miner and everything itself. So it's using Mini Z right now. So that is that for the actual interface of these miners. So we're going to go ahead and check out the comparison as far as the sols, what the miner does, as opposed to what to mine says it should. So it's getting 74 sols right now on my Nvidia rig. So let's go over to what to mine. Deselect that. My Nvidia rig is a 1060, 1070 Ti, two 1660 Ti's. So mining Beam right now should be 69.6 roughly sols, and as you saw, I am getting 74. So I'm getting a little better sols. 415 watts it's saying right now. Let's see what the mine says. 360 watts, or not 360, sorry, 400 watts. So I'm doing a little more as far as what to mine, but this fluctuates a little bit, so I'm not too concerned. So it's pretty close, not too far off, so I'm satisfied with that. The AMD rig, 118 megahash, usually stays right around there, and 427 watts. So let's go over to what to mine. Look at my 580, 570. Click calculate. And where are we at? Ethash 113.9 at 495 watts. So I am doing 425 watts roughly at 118 megahash roughly. So I'm doing, what is that? 495. I'm doing, what is that? About 70 watts less than what to mine says, and I'm also getting a little bit more megahash out of it. So why is that? Here are my settings, my overclock settings. Let's start off with the 580, -16 power limit, 1150 on the core, 2180 on the memory, and that is getting my probably about 27, 28 megahash. It doesn't show you exactly on cudominer, but when I have another miner pulled up, that's what it will show. All the 560s, -22 power limit, 1200 core, 2100 memory on all of those. And the 570, -15 power limit, 1150 on the core, 2180 on the memory is on that as well. So those are my overclocks on Ethereum Classic right now. And let's go over to my Nvidia rig, mining Beam. Jumped up just a bit, 75 sols right now. Let's show you my overclocks on that. 1070 Ti, -35 on the power limit. Core clock is at +100. Memory clock +800. Fan speed's about 90, about 69 degrees, so not bad. And let's go over to the 1060, if it will let me select it. There we go. Negative 25 on the power limit, plus 100 on the core, plus 600 on the memory. And the two 1660 Ti's are the same. 75 power limit, negative 25, however you want to look at it. Negative 25 power limit, 100 core clock, and 1000 memory. So those are my overclock settings for both my AMD and Nvidia rigs. That is what's getting my sols and current power usage on both rigs. So if we hop over to the console, I think if we go to the dashboard, let me see, maybe on devices. I know I saw it, yes. Looks like it's projected me to get just over 1 million Satoshis, 1,060,000 Satoshis. So if you guys are interested in how much that would be, we could go over to what to mine right here. And I've already put it in, 0.0106 BTC is about $100 a month between both of the rigs. Of course, that is gross. And I would have to figure in the power cost, which I think right now is about $45 to $50 a month. So that's about $50 take home a month on both of those rigs. So that should about wrap it up, guys, for the latest version of Cudo miners. If you liked this video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. I'm fine either way. Any questions or comments, put them down below. I always look those over and try to respond to every one of them. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. We got plenty of videos coming out every week, especially now that I'm back from vacation. Hit that notification bell down below as well. And also share this video. Maybe you have somebody who would be interested in this information. Make sure you share that with them. I would appreciate that as well. And with that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Take care.